YouTube crew, what is going on? And welcome back to another video. Now, today I'm going to be coaching you through how 100 Thieves Tommey tied the world record, dropping 64 kills in a game of quads by himself. It's an absolutely insane game. So, as always, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Comment hashtag 100T down in the comments below for the algorithm, and let's get into it. Now, as I mentioned, what we are breaking down today is Tommey's gameplay from a few days ago where he dropped 64 kills in a game of quads. Now, I'm not expecting you to watch this and then go drop 64 kills. What I really want to look at, whether you play Rebirth or Verdansk, is essentially how he consistently wins fights, whether it's positioning, whether it's his movement, whether it's his repositioning, how he takes on solo quads. You know, there are a few things in terms of this gameplay to keep in mind. His teammates are feeding him kills a little bit. You know, they'll break somebody and then let him get the down in the thirst. This all started because he was offered 30 gifted subs for a 30 bomb for 30 kills. He ends up dropping 64 in this gameplay, so we're going to jump in. But before we do, if you are looking to get better at Warzone, make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell turned on so you don't miss any videos. I do videos every single day helping people get better at Warzone. And if you want to catch me live, I do live gameplay breakdowns, which is what we're doing right now. We also do some live commentaries over on Twitch, so drop a follow. Let's get into it. Now, we are picking this up with loadout right here. He is running the EM2 and the OTS9. No kills early game. He basically had a pretty clean start to this. And, you know, he uses heli to really rotate around Verdansk. Obviously, in Rebirth, that's not as much of an issue. But first gunfight right here, watch how he tags the guy and watch how far he jump peeks around this corner to avoid taking bullets. By the way, the last thing that I want to say is, look, PRs and world records don't get broken in sweaty lobbies. It's just not how it happens. This lobby's not fantastic. But at the end of the day, the way to think about it is you would not drop 64 kills. You would potentially drop 20 or something. You could potentially PR, but you're not going to drop 64. So I don't want anybody saying, oh, well, if it wasn't a bot lobby or if it was a bot lobby, I could do the same thing. Well, you know what? No, you couldn't. So he's going to touch this guy, and then watch how he challenges so far in there to ultimately get it. And the other thing we want to look at is pace. How does he consistently basically get around the map and just fry this lobby? So he's going to push up here. He sees that guy, and he's going to go ahead and push. Boom, switch that gun. And this is one of those situations where I talk about, look, this lobby's not great, but watch how he uses his movement here. He's going to see this guy shimmy right, shimmy left, give it a little break, and he ultimately hits all of his shots there. Very clean, gets that kill confirmed. Now he knows the last guy's in hangar, basically from that previous UAV, so he's going to go ahead and chow this guy. Notice that quick shoulder there, right? Notice this quick shoulder right about... We'll go ahead and let it roll from here. Watch him shoulder the doorway to get a peek at the guy, and then go ahead and reach out, and he essentially breaks his camera. Shoulder, boom, sees him. Now he's going to break. And he's going to get that easy kill right there. So let's go ahead and keep rotating. 4 up with 130 people left. He's going to go take this free, easy kill to the left over this way. He's going to check roof. Doesn't see roof because at this point he knows the guy's below him, but he's not going to fully essentially know if he's down below. He's going to hit his shots there, and notice he just doesn't miss. When we talk about these elite gamers and a big reason of why they're so good, this is why I emphasize so much when we talk about these 4 pillars for success, whether it's Rebirth or Verdansk. Aim is number 1. Movement, positioning, game strategy are very important, but you'll see throughout this gameplay how well he hits his shot. So he's going to ultimately use heli to rotate over. He's going to be in a good position. Again, hits all headshots with the EM2. The other thing I'll point out that happens a lot is he'll get it down, and ultimately somebody else will thirst his kill. He's just going. But again, let's pay attention to how he consistently wins fights. So he knows this guy's below him right here. He's going to go ahead and chuck heli. And watch how he centers everywhere he thinks he's going to be. So he centers right there. Boom, he's ready for him. No, don't create a bookmark. Now he pushes in. He loses a little bit of aim assist there. But ultimately, he's able to get that kill by hip firing that OTS9, which is so good in that scenario. So at this point, Jelly, his teammate, has the heli, and he's going to be his little chauffeur throughout this gameplay, which is what you're going to see. And they are going to focus on cash flow a lot. So let's focus on how much easier this game is when, you know, they have UAVs up. He's going to go ahead and torch this guy in the back. Again, he says...
My game's just turned off auto aim.
He says it turned off auto aim. What he meant is he turned off aim assist. You can see both of those. He kind of loses that aim assist there. And look, the argument can be made about aim assist, but it's a thing. So he knocks that guy. Watch how he challenges this guy. He's ready for him. He's going to go ahead and jump peek this corner. Boom. And that guy tags him pretty good there, but ultimately he wins that OTS9, that range. He hits all of his shots, uses movement, kind of gets that first bullet. When we talk about winning these close-range gunfights, a lot of it is hitting that first bullet and then making sure you consistently hit shots. So he's going to go in and tag up this guy that's crossing the street here. And this situation gets a little bit, not dicey here, but you'll see how he gets caught a little bit out in the open. But again, this is where I talk about aim. Watch how he uses his aim coming up. I'll point it out in a second. Where he gets caught out in the open, but because he can hit so many shots, he ultimately gets out of it. Okay, look at this. Look at this. That guy doesn't have a chance, you know, and there's a conversation we made about TTK and stuff, but he downs the first one, downs the second one. He did not get the thirst over on the guy on the left. So he sees this guy. He's going to challenge. Notice the jump to get out further and break. This guy right here. Look at his movement there. Look at the strafe. Look at the strafe. Now he hits shots, and ultimately he's able to get that down, get that thirst. Then he goes and gets this last guy who was self-revived. Or maybe that was the last one that was still up. I'm not totally sure. Chat, we talk about game strategy. This is just different level. Like, this is from hours and hours and hours of playing, but when I go ahead and break this down, these are the situations I want you to learn from. So he's going to see this guy. He's caught out in the open. Boom. Absolutely melts that guy. Downs the first one. Now he buys himself a little bit of time on that second guy to ultimately reposition, get behind, and watch this. People just don't think to do that. I mean, use that crossbow, especially to hold it so you get a little bit more velocity. You have to lead it a little bit less. Ultimately gets 4 kills there. 4 kills with 1 crossbow. He's got 17 with 106 up. So he's going to go ahead and rotate over, and I want to talk about positioning here. Watch how he has 2 people, right? He's got one to the left side in the parking garage. He has one to the right side, and he's basically running dead center. He's running dead center. He has right here as cover. He's got his cover right here. He's running dead center probably because he doesn't know which one's he's gonna have to challenge yet. Obviously, if one of these pushes out in the open or starts to push him, he's gonna have to challenge that one first. He ultimately pushes right. And this is another thing that I want to talk about. Watch how many times he breaks somebody and uses that as a window to push. This is something that you can really start doing to start challenging better is when you break somebody, this is just all headshots. That's just unreal. When you hit somebody and break them but don't get that down, you can ultimately go push that person, and it gives you a huge window to challenge that, to basically that person's a bullet. And, you know, I mentioned this in yesterday's video about slide canceling, trying to be the fastest person on the map so that nobody can run away from you. Now, in this situation, he's going to go ahead and push ladder and basically just going to do what he has to do to win this fight. Little bit of a weird situation there, but he's able to get that down, get that thirst, and he's going to go ahead and challenge these. If he misses bullets there, he probably is going to lose that gunfight. But again, because he hits all of his shots there, he's able to ultimately survive. We have 21 kills. Guys, I feel like I've been talking for like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and we're not even a third of the way there yet. Like, just process how many kills this is. And the best part about this gameplay, as I started off by saying, is it's just a lot of gunfights. There's so many situations that we can learn. And while, you know, you may never drop 64, you may say you're never going to drop 30. At the end of the day, it's a lot of consistently winning gunfights. So he's going to go ahead and push in here, play it up real quick, and he's going to go ahead and challenge. He hears the person below him, and watch how he just goes and... This is where I talk about being fast. He catches this guy because he's quicker. Here's the glass break on the other side. Challenges, hits all of his shots. Doesn't take any damage there. No damage whatsoever. Strafes a bunch, hits a lot of shots. So he's going to go ahead and grab card, notice the trophy system, and watch again. Look, this is a little bit where we're talking about the lobby, but watch how he gets caught out in the open because he hits shots. He's able to get out of it. You know, a lot of you would end up dying in this situation, but because he's able to hit his shots consistently, he's able to get out of it. So hits that guy. Now he has to play this side. He gets caught out in the open. Boom. He does take a lot of damage there, but notice the headshots there that he mixed in with the EM2. He thirsts. Now he's going to go ahead and turn around. Playing quick. Boom. Down. And I think his teammate actually probably crossfired a little bit there as well to get that kill. Now he's going to get shot from ATC. There's a lot going on, but he does have self-revive. They have good cash flow, so they're going to start getting more UAVs up. But that self-revive does help. It's something that when you get good cash flow, you can get those UAVs, those self-revives. This is a situation where now nobody has to rotate to him. He just burns himself, and that's just a simple thing with cash flow, having bounties up, stuff like that. So he's going to go in and challenge this guy right here.
He's running back, though.
Little live ping there. Gets the down, gets the thirst, gets the team wipe. We still have 77 up. He's got 28. So we're almost halfway there. Almost halfway there. And look, this is for dance. This is a long game. You know, I cut it as much as I could, but I didn't want to cut out too many kills here. So notice the centering. Boom, right there. Centered on that doorway. Boom, centered right in front of him. He's anticipating this guy. Boom. Now watch. He gets caught here. This is where in my anticipation video I talk about you are so confident, you are centering so well, you're not totally ready to shoot. He gets caught in a situation like this. So he whiffs a few shots there. What ends up happening is they're just going to essentially keep him busy. He's going to go ahead and challenge this. Little shoulder peek there. Now he sees him, gets the down, gets the team wipe. Let's go ahead and keep rotating, and this is just a great play. You're going to see this throughout. Watch the car. Watch where he gets out. He gets out behind cover. Now, if you're this team, right, you see the car rotating over. You know that he's over here somewhere, but is he going to push left side? Is he going to push up? Is he going to push bottom floor inside the building? Is he going to push to the right side? He ends up pushing to the right side, and he's just basically going to chow the sniper there. Down one and he tagged that guy behind the Porter Johns there. So, you know, he ends up using that as an opportunity to push in. And his teammates also distracting. So he knocks that person. Boom. Takes his time on the throwing knife. Now he sees his person left. Again, notice the slight damage gives him an opportunity to push in. So he's kind of centering, anticipating. Now he knows he's around the corner there. Boom, down. Team wipe. 32 is 65. Let's keep rolling. And look, you know, I talk a lot about a world record lobby, a PR lobby. The lobby has to hold. He still has 32 kills here. That lobby was healthy until now. Now we're talking about 49 people left. Now there is a little bit of farming. Now there is a little bit of crossing your fingers, hoping this lobby stays alive enough for him to get another 32 kills, which we obviously know it does at this point.
I got people trying to come up on me.
So he's going to go ahead. He sees these people. He's going to rotate on foot. This is where I talk about with cars. You know, when you are pushing over, you don't have to get out right on top of teams. Circle's going to be pushing them. He ends up kind of rotating on foot a little bit. His car's still in a good spot, but he doesn't need to drive right up on this person. He obviously hits all of his shots there. Just absolutely nasty. Now, in this situation, if he were to get shot, he'd push left right here. He would push left behind this rock. He'd be able to get there with this slide cancel. He'd avoid a few bullets. Ultimately, be able to get over there.
For me.
So he's going to go ahead and chow that. Misses a few shots, but is able to kind of lock back on, for lack of a better term. Obviously not, you know, he's just got great aim. And Tommy's a former CDL pro. So, you know, he's years and years and years of experience. Years and years of playing Warzone. He understands the dynamics of it. So he's going to go ahead and push in here. Obviously, he has the dot above him, and, you know, he knows they're up top. But what catches his attention, and I want you to notice this, because this is where he starts talking about game strategy a lot, is he sees the car, right? So he has two options. He can challenge the people on the roof of hospital, or he can leave them, let circle rotate, ultimately go for the car for a second, see what the car does, and then ultimately hold the other guys out of circle.
They have to jump, so.
He said they have to jump, so he's going to let them jump and then ultimately go challenge them from the other side. So now he sees these people up top here, or over in this backside. He's going to go ahead and challenge. Boom, he's going to go ahead and challenge one. Hits all of his shots, and notice the nasty heady here. I want to talk about this. This is where we talk about positioning, right? So he's caught out in the open. Tommey is caught out in the open here, okay? Tommey is caught out in the open. Watch how he slides behind the dumpster and just has a nasty heady, which allows him to ultimately hit shots. Then he reach outs, right? Boom. So right there, do you realize how hard it is for these two people to hit you when you're behind this? I mean, you have about this much of your head showing, which makes it very, very difficult. So he's going to go and down that guy, and obviously is able to get both of those kills. So this is where his teammates start feeding him a little bit. Obviously doesn't get that kill. He's going to live ping that guy. Boom, hits all of his shots, does a little movement. Last guy inside. Trying to get a sense of where he is. Boom, dead. 39 with 43 still up. So that's where we talked about, I think he had 34 with 42 or 48, whatever it might be. But he just picked up a lot of kills. Lobby's still holding right now. Broke that guy. Broke that guy. That's 2 easy kills. You know, that's just kind of the teammates helping him. Notice how he gets caught right here, okay? Let's go back for a second. He gets caught out in the open right here, switching guns, right? Switching guns. Watch how he hits all of his shots. He does a little jump to the left to avoid a few bullets. He wins the gunfight, and he hits headshots. When we're talking about aim, not only are we talking about hitting shots, but we are talking about hitting the high damage areas. You know, when you start factoring in, when you talk about TTKs, right, a lot of times, you know, I will talk about and J-God will talk about, okay, well, if you hit 3 headshots, this TTK is like 400 something. But 3 headshots just isn't realistic. Like, that's not realistic for 99.9% of people. These guys are the .1. These guys are the ones that do it. So they are not only using movement to avoid bullets, but they are melting and hitting all of their shots. So just kind of reiterating that point. Let's focus on aim. Let's focus on aim. Let's practice it. Let's get better at it. And now we're good. I wanted to specifically highlight this situation. I know we keep pausing. I'm going to play it in a second. We're only extending the amount of time in this video. But what is going on right here is he has ghosted players on him. Now, this really only works for my advanced players who are splitting. If you are splitting and you are in a little bit of a downtime situation where you're not full pushing or you're not in the middle of a full squad, Jace, foreign Jace right here, is live pinging, or not live pinging, is pinging ghosted players on the map. Tommy's can't see them. Tommy can't see the ghosted players. Once you get outside of a certain range, you can see those ghosted players. So foreign Jace actually has his minimap up, tagging players that are ghosted for him because they're popping up on foreign Jace's minimap, gives Tommy a huge advantage. So absolutely torches that guy. Jace tagged another one over this way. And they're basically tagging these people. Here's the glass inside. Re-challenges perfectly. Gets the thirst. Here's footsteps back this way. He's going to go ahead and challenge. Oh my gosh, guys. You just can't make it up. Chat, you just can't. Guys, look at the movement. Look at the movement. Boom. Strafing. Done. Well, look at this. Guys, watch how he hip fires. Watch how much he strafes with this hip fire. Boom. Now he gets stunned on the last person, but is able to kind of let...
I've been stunned.
I got people here.
We won't talk about that. Let's just forget that happened.
Green thing right here.
So he's got 46 with 31 up, and at this point, he knows. He knows. So this is where Jay starts to become his chauffeur, starts driving him around, starts challenging everybody, and they have... Look at the cash flow. Look at the cash flow. Just... 25 grand. He's going to go challenge this person down low. Through the door, watch the centering. Center there. Center there. Boom. Easy. Get back in. And the pace as well. I mean, he's not wasting time grabbing stuff. Now he's going to go ahead and chase. He's going to jump out. Look at the centering again, anticipating where that person's going to be. So instead of jumping off and then turning your crosshairs, he's putting his crosshairs exactly where he knows that person's going to be so that he can ultimately shoot that guy quicker. And instead of that person getting around the corner there, he's able to get the kill. Strafing again. And strafing is very simple. It's just moving your moving your left stick left and right. Like, it's the easiest movement that you can do in terms of avoiding bullets. You're not bunny hopping. You're not drop shotting. You're not sliding around corners. He is simply strafing while shooting and using that to avoid some bullets. So at this point, he's got 50. He's going to challenge this guy around. Crosshairs again. Boom, can't believe that guy's down there. And he hears one above him.
Wait, one just broke his legs.
So he's going to go ahead and push up here. Easy kill. Good little spot. And this is a little bit of game strategy right here when you're trying to get higher kills. Just watch how he plays this situation right here. He lets him res and then takes the kill.
Whole team coming in from...
Yeah, coming in from...
But notice this movement right here. You know, if you want to start doing a pretty easy movement that will help you take your game to the next level in close quarters, learn this one. Watch how he slides. He slides right and then jumps left. And then he hits all of his shots, right? So he's going to slide in right, boom, jumps left. So that person's going to track left, then have to track right. It makes it very difficult to ultimately track you as a, as an enemy. So he's going to go ahead and push this way. He sees the sniper in the back. He sees the sniper back here, so he's got to get that guy out. He tags that person, downs that person. Now he can go challenge this second guy. And even in that situation where he ultimately misses some shots, he's still okay because of positioning, because, that he's basically behind that person and he's not shooting back. Notice the jump to the right there to avoid bullets. A little bit lucky without the auto mantle. Again, fast forwarded to kind of eliminating the rotation, essentially. So he says, don't push up, don't push up. I'm going to pop Deddy. If you are a teammate and your teammate has Deddy, do not follow that person. You ruin the point of Deddy. The whole point of Deddy is the person doesn't hear you. So if you are following your teammate with Deddy, they're going to hear your footsteps. It completely eliminates the purpose of Deddy. Who's going to go ahead and push up? Almost gets caught here. almost gets... That's where, you know, again, just not anticipating. He knows he's up here, but you can see that he wasn't fully anticipating the person being, you know, in that spot right there. So he's going to go ahead and rotate over this way. Need more Uis. He's got 16. He's going to drop money. So he knows he has 1 in this building straight ahead, and he has 3 back kind of towards the mini boneyard side is, I think, what they call it. So he's going to go ahead and challenge this person. Again, watch the centering here. Centered right in that corner. Look, that person was just sitting there, wasn't really doing much, but he still executes. There's still an execution factor to this, and a lot of you might have probably taken more damage there than you should have. He takes none. He's got 59, so watch how he challenges this. Boom, hits all of his shots there. Hits all of his shots there. There's 2.
I'm gonna buy a UE. I'm getting your full.
Hits all of his shots there. It's
It's
just unbelievable. They just don't miss. Boom. Last guy dead. There's 63. There's 63. 64 is the world record. He has 2 left. How do you think this is going to end? How do you think this is going to end?
Just run around together.
I'll tell you this. It ends in a brutal fashion. Brutal fashion. I forget if I skipped this or if I fast forwarded. I think I skipped it. So look, here's essentially what's going to happen over the next minute or 2. Obviously, as I mentioned, his teammates are helping him out. They are going to clear this basically a whole entire circle, building by building. Somebody's going to push in. They're going to check quarters. They're going to check the rooms. They're going to basically clear the building. If they find anybody, they'll let Tommey ultimately get the kill, kind of let Tommey push in there, take care of it himself. But what ends up happening is they don't find anybody. They like can't find this team. They're obviously ghosted, so they have no idea. So this is what happens, you know, sometime later. They basically cleared building by building by building. So he's going to go ahead and get down to that person. So he downs that one.
Don't go. Do not do it. Don't do it. They have to jump.
And he has Deddy, and he says they have to jump. They have to jump.
Yeah, just hide. They have to jump.
So he's going to go ahead and play circle here, get to the ideal spot that he needs to be in, and ultimately just hold them out of circle. This is where we talk about power positions. Obviously, you know, you might have 6 kills in this situation and just need to clutch up. In this situation, we were talking about power position. That team has to push to this full team of 4 that is just sitting on IHOP. They are in circle. They have high ground. They have cover. They are in a great spot. So he's going to go ahead and just kind of wait and see. He calls precision, so Tommy's going to go ahead and push back. 1 jump left. He's just waiting for this guy to peek. He knows he has to peek somewhere. He knows he has to peek somewhere. He's going to hear the guy right coughing. Live ping there. Unfortunately, 1 died because of gas. So he misses the world record of 65. He tied it at 64. He misses the world record because of 1 person dying to gas. So, you know, overall, what I want you to understand is that you really need to work on your aim. You can strafe to avoid bullets, which is a very simple movement for you to do that will allow you to get more kills, take less damage, which ultimately leads to dying less. It's going to allow you to start to solo duo more, solo trio more, solo quad more. We're talking about pace here. We're talking about anticipation. We're talking about centering. A lot of things that Tommey does perfect to drop 64 kills. Even if his teammates weren't feeding him kills, it's still probably 30 plus. So hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.